Hello, how is everybody doing today? I want to do a video that's not a video that you normally see on the channel. It's going to be for specific people, and that is ERIE Otter fans. The Memorial Cup Championship game was last night against the Windsor Spitfires. The Otters lost, unfortunately, but did win the OHL Championship, which, in my opinion, was harder to do, and I think more important, although there's some people that don't think so. And this video sparks from a comment, Twitter comment, that someone said basically that it was harder to win the Memorial Cup than the entirety of the OHL playoffs. So most of you that watch this video will be familiar with the format of the Memorial Cup, which is the 3 league champions in the CHL, the Quebec League, the Western League, and the OHL, and the host team. Windsor was the host team and also plays in the OHL along with ERIE. Windsor won 4 games to win the Memorial Cup. They won 4 games? Yeah, they won 4 games. Fantastic. That is equivalent to winning 1 series in the OHL playoffs. Mind if you're not familiar, Windsor lost in the very first round of the OHL playoffs and had off approximately a month to get ready, to rest, to prepare for the Memorial Cup, which they also got to play at home in front of their own fans, in their own building, so it was just more familiar to them. Now, ERIE had to win 4 playoff series in the OHL Championship. Each of those series went approximately 5 to 7 games. I didn't look this up before I did this video, but that's probably at least, I would say, probably won 20 plus games to win the OHL Championship. So if you just go by number of games, it was harder to do. Took more time, took more wins, defeat more teams, and they didn't have to defeat them once or twice. They had to defeat them in a series and do it 4 times. After this Memorial Cup game, both coaches mentioned how, first, ERIE coach Chuck Knobloch said that the ERIE Irish players were tired. Makes sense. They've been in the playoffs for, what, a month? All those hard series against London, 7 games, they won in Game 7 in overtime. Long, hard series. The Owen Sound series went, I believe, 6 games. Very hard series against a very good team, top 5 team in the CHL rankings. So you get beat up, and you go through a crazy OHL playoffs, and have approximately off a week, less than a week, have to travel to the Memorial Cup and play. And they didn't stink. ERIE got to the championship game and beat a team 12-5 in the round robin portion of the tournament, which is fantastic. And as far as the Windsor coach, he did mention that it was nice to have that rest. The players mentioned it's nice to have that rest, recuperate, get better, heal from injuries. So it was indeed significant. So, Windsor rested up, had the best goalie in the tournament. I will give them that. And got hot. If you have a really good goalie, you can do that. So ERIE Otters fans, players especially, this is the best team ERIE Sports has ever seen and probably will ever see, and that's my opinion. Connor McDavid was a great player, but as far as the team, led by Dylan Strome, who had an amazing tournament, was the Memorial Cup MVP. The individual awards that the players won this season: Alex DeBrincat won the CHL Player of the Year, the OHL Player of the Year. Warren Fogle was the MVP of the OHL playoffs. Darren Rauch was the top defensive player. Could go on and on. Fantastic team. And the fact that they won, we won. Look, I can say we. I live here. Won the OHL championship for just the second time. It was a great ride for ERIE fans. And one we will never forget, to be honest. I'll never forget this. The one before, I was alive, but was very young and didn't pay much attention. I will follow the players from this team: Taylor Radish, Dylan Strome, Alex DeBrincat, Chuck Knobloch. The reason that we also have done so well the last couple of years is Chuck Knobloch is an amazing coach. The coach before was so happy they fired. I actually made a video that said fire the coach. Hilarious. I could find it. It's somewhere. But for ERIE, hope you guys watch this. The people in ERIE, you know it was an amazing season, one you'll probably never get to see again. Fun ride, won't forget it. We had family over and some friends to watch the last couple games of the Memorial Cup. Enjoy it. You can celebrate with a championship, which is really cool. And hockey we have to wait 3 months for the first game of next year. It'll be fun. So players especially, it was fantastic. And ERIE Otters, in a couple months, I will be at that very first game. The OHL Championship was more impressive to me than the Memorial Cup. Be proud of it. And if people don't, you know what? Who cares what people say? They have to say that we are the OHL champs. No one can take that away for this season. Go Otters. Adios.